Okay, class. Another lesson today. We're going to go over lesson 11.3 and 11.4 today. It's going to be the surface area of prisms. So just like we've done before, we're going to go ahead and use our algorithms to find the area of the prism. So remember, it's the surface area, not the actual volume inside of it. So just like you take your net, you open up your net, and now this becomes a two-dimensional shape. Three-dimensional shape, two-dimensional shape. So we're going to go ahead and look at what shapes are the faces. So those look like what shapes to you? So they look like rectangles. And we know that an area of a rectangle, area equals length times width. So we can go length times width for each of the faces. So you take your shape and you open it up. So I like to look at it like this. So the C will be the bottom, and E will be the top, and B will be the front, and D will be the back, and A and F are your sides. So that's how I would look at it. So got your top, your front, and your side. So top, front, and side. Okay, and then you're going to take each of these rectangles and you're going to find the area. So find the area of each space. So let's go and work this out together. So let's go B, 15 times 10, 150 inches square. And C, well, we got to find dimension of C. Looking at C, is we got, well, we know this is 12. So this has to be 12. And this edge has to be 15. So it's going to be a 15 by 12 equals 180. So we know C is 180. So what is the opposite of C? Well, the opposite of the top, the bottom is the top. So if you know C, you can find E. So E is also 15 by 12, which is 180. So let's look at the next one. So D and F. So as you notice, you have 6 faces, and 2 of them are going to be the same. So if we got 1 is 180 times 2, because there's 2 of them, and then look at D and F. Well, D is a 10 by what? 10 by 15, 150. And D and B should be the same, front and back. So 150 times 2, there's 2 of them. And F, what do you know about F? Well, we know that these 2 are 180 each, these 2 150, and this one is 120. So what do you think S is going to be? What is the opposite of A? Here's A. What's the opposite of A? F. Those are both sides. So we got 120 here, and it's a 12 by 10. We got 10 by 12. You can rearrange it how you like, because you could take the box and flip it over. It could be a 10 by 12. It's how you manipulate the box. So 120 times 2. So if you get 1, 2, 3, remember there's 6 faces. So if you find the opposite, just times it by 2. Or you could add up 120 plus 180 plus 180, 150, 150, 120. So you add them all up, and you should get 900 inches square. So the total surface area of this box is 900 inches square. So to recap, you just take all the sides and you find the faces. There should be how many faces? 6. So 6 faces, and they should all have a pair. And they should have 3 pairs. So if you find the top, times it by 2. If you find the front, times it by 2. If you find the side, times it by 2. So let's go ahead and look at the next example. So all it has changed now is instead of a rectangular prism, we have a triangular prism. So we're still going to use what we know. We still have faces. Instead of it being all rectangles or squares, now they're in triangles. So we have the base of A and E. It's still the same formula. Area of a triangle, the triangle area equals 1/2 base times height. So if you take your shape, your triangular prism, and you make a net out of it, it opens up. Now you can clearly see the 2 triangles, a base, and the other faces. So let's go ahead and add to this. So 1/2 times 12, that's 12. And the height. Height is going to be 5. And then we're also going to do area of B. This is the height. Area of B is 5 by 10, which is 50. So area C, 12 by 10, 120. Let's look at D. D is a 10 by 13 or a 13 by 10. So we found A, we found B, C, and D. Now going back, remember, it says the area of A and E. So this one's also going to be 30. So let's go ahead and add them up. So we have our 2 triangles. Remember, we got 2 triangles. That's why we're times it by 2. So we got our 2 triangles. Now we're going to add up the areas. So let's add up B. B is 50. Let's add up C. C is 120. Let's add up D, 130. You add it all up, you see it 360 inches square. These are inches. So unlike the rectangles and the squares, where you find pairs, you got to find the area of each. Because what kind of triangle is this? What kind of triangle is this? It's not a equilateral triangle. This is every side are different. Okay. So what you find in your triangular prism, you make a net out of it, and you find the dimensions of each shape. And you find the area. Remember, area is length times width for a rectangle, and it's base times height on a triangle. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at a few more. Okay, let's go ahead and let's look at 2. So let's go ahead and get our sides. Okay. So we have 2 triangles. So we got triangle. It's going to be 1/2 base times height. So we know the base is 8 and the height is 6. 8 times 6 times a half. Half of 6 is 3. 3 times 8 is 18. So the triangles equal 18. So there's 2 triangles, triangle 1, triangle 2. So 18 times 2. So we're done with the triangles. Now we got to find our other shapes. So let's do this part here. This triangle is a 16 by 10. So 16 times 10 equals 160. So plus 160. So now we got to have our base, which is going to be a 8 times 16. And then we have the side. This is going to be a 6 times, well, this is 6. And this is going to be 16. So 6 times 16. So 8 times 16, 128. And 6 times 16, 96. Let's add them all together. 96 plus 128 plus 160 plus 18 plus 18. So let me see here. So let me see, we got our sides. 1, 2 triangles. 6 times. Oh, no, I made a mistake. This is 24. So 8 times 6 divided by 2 is 24. 24 times 2 is 48. So we should have 48 plus the rest. Okay. So 48 plus 160 plus 128 plus 96. And you get a total of 432 centimeters square. So let's go ahead and use a whiteboard so we can kind of map this one out a little more. So I could visualize all the shapes, but sometimes it's good to draw it out. This is how we're going to draw it out. That's why I want you to have to practice drawing out your nets on lesson 1 and 2 and actually see what it looks like. Okay. So we have, so let's find a base. So I'm going to use the 8 by 16 as our base. So here's our 8 by 16. And let's fold back this triangle. So if I fold back this triangle, I still get a 6, and I still an 8. And let's do the same thing for this side. Let's fold back this triangle. And it's still going to be a 6. Because from here, this 6 right here, you take this 6, and it's right up here. That's a 6. This is 6. This is still an 8. While we look at parallel lines, okay? Now we still have 2 more sides. So we got to do this side right here. And we know that this is 16. And how far did that go up? Well, if this is a 6. So 6 because right here. Let's see this line right here? That's part of that triangle. Now, what about the top part? Let's take this top and let's fold it to the right. And we know that this side is going to be 10. So if you're going to take this and fold it up, you should have this object right here. So what you have, your dimensions, well, now you can start doing your math. You can go 10 by 16. Light off. Oh, new light on. All right. Well, we'll just make it work better. Okay. You got your 16 by 10. That one's done. And we got our triangle. And we know that it's really a right triangle like this. So our two triangles, 6 times 8 times a half. 6 times 8 times a half. So we got our two triangles done. Now this triangle is going to be a 6 times 16. That one's done. And then this rectangle is going to be a 8 times 16. So that's how I did it. Give me a few seconds to look at it over. Now remember, these are the triangles, and we have 3 rectangles. This rectangle is 8 by 16. This is 6 by 16. This is the 16 by 10. So as long as you get your triangles, you make a net out of it, you just find the surface area of each one. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the next lesson. Surface area of pyramids. So we use the same concept as before. You find your area of each shape, you add them up. Now with pyramids, you could have a rectangular pyramid because the base is a rectangle or a square. So this one, this is going to be a square pyramid. So we know we got to find the area of the square. So a square is S squared, or length times width. And it tells us in the notes that this is a 12 and this is going to be 7. So we know that both sides of a square is 12. So 12 square, or 12 by 12, equals 144. So this area is 144. Now we know we got to find the area of the triangles. So the area of a triangle is area times 1/2 base times height. And let's go ahead and write what we know. Well, we know what? We know the base is 12. This right here, 12. And the height is 7. So your base, now we got our height. Now the height is that vertical 90-degree angle from the base up, not the side or the edge. So 7 times 12 times 1/2, or what's half of 12? 6. What's 6 on 7? 42. So remember, that's the area for one triangle. And how many triangles do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the area of the one triangle times it by 4. So there's 4 triangles. And we're going to add our base, or add our square. So 4 times 42 is 168. So we got our square, add our triangles. Add that up. Find the sum is 312 inches square. So the area, the surface area of this pyramid is 312 inches square. So all you gotta do is take the shape, make a net, and find the area of each shape. And with pyramids, remember you have different bases. So this one is going to be looks like it's a square. So it's a square pyramid. And this one is a square. It's also square. So as long as you follow the steps, you'll be fine. So let's go ahead and let's do number one together. So we got to find the area of the base. So the base is 5 by 5. Now it's 5 square, or 5 times 5. S square, 20 times width. Remember, you can only do this when it's a square. So 5 times 5 is 25. Now let's find the area of the triangle. The base is 5. The height is 8. So half of 8 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20. And how many do we have here? Let's count. On a pyramid, you have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 sides, and each of them is 20. Our base is 25. 4 times 20 is 80. At our base, so 80 plus 25 is 105 centimeters square. The centimeters square. We're trying to find the square units we're finding the cubic inches of each side of each surface. Okay. So if you have any questions, review. Go ahead and go on to Wonders to Do and do the review. Also use all your resources on the lessons I put on there and review the video if possible. If you have any questions, let me know. But remember, for a surface of a pyramid, you find the area of the base. If it's a square, well, you square it. If it's a rectangle, it's length times width. And you find the area of one triangle. And since it's a pyramid, pyramid has 4 sides. So then you times it by 4, and you add them up. Okay. Any questions? Let me know. Again, this is for lesson 3 and for lesson 4. I'll be doing a video next for lessons 3.5. Sorry, for 11.5, 11.6, and 11.7 at a later time. All right, guys, good luck. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.